Good afternoon, fellow traders. It's Black Coffee Trader coming at you once again. It's a Friday afternoon, December the 12th, and we had another green day. What do you know? On a day when the market was really kind of selling off, and to be honest with you, I was not convinced in the long-term sell-off. Now, I could be wrong. We did have a pretty big move to the downside, as you can see. But I was afraid of a rebound. I was afraid of a rebound all day for whatever reason. And we're starting to get a little bit of one now here on NQ. But anyway, I was basically wrong twice today. Wrong twice, but still right, if that makes sense. I'll show you the trades here real quick. We'll look at TradeZella, and then we'll wrap up and call it a day. But the long and the short of it is up 1,400. Nice day, nice week. So yeah. The first trade was actually on gold. As this sell-off was pretty strong, I liked the break and retest of the prior day high for a short, but I was actually incorrect. And I was a little bit wary of this, but I did like the setup. I liked the setup a lot. That's what it looked like. Very clean, but I noticed right away we were pretty sluggish. I actually moved my first profit target up, but took it quickly, and we were just kind of sluggish there, and I just took it off. So small little scalp win. Again, I was incorrect in the move, but I did get out of there with a winning trade. So I guess that's a little bit of a opposite of what we had on Wednesday when it seemed like everything I did was wrong. And then the second trade was on the Russell. Yeah, on the Russell. This was a break and retest. Honestly, a failure, but a break and retest below the prior day low. That is the trade I love. Here's the prior day high. So I love break and retests long above the highs, and I love shorts below the prior day lows. So very textbook, very nice trade. And again, not super clean. It was an A setup because we didn't have the EMA cross occurring. That's one of the prerequisites that I have for my trade. Did not have that, and we also didn't have multiple holds. We just had one nice wick and a push down. I took it, and again, sluggish. It didn't want to continue, so I was pretty quick in just taking some profits and getting out of the trade. And again, that brought me to about $100 per account. So not a huge day, but green is green, honestly. And we moved the needle. I mean, we moved the chains on the football field. So that's what it's all about. So I'm happy with that. So my gut really, it looks like my gut is somewhat correct. Now, I don't anticipate the market to do a whole lot more for the rest of the day. I mean, it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and I imagine we're probably just going to kind of see a sideways trend. But anyway, on TradeZella, we can see the week here. Today up 1,400. Let's look at the weekly numbers. Actually, you know what? Let's look at those trades in a little bit clearer picture. If you look at my notes, you can see, let's scroll down to this first one. This is what it looked like when I took the entry. This was that gold trade. As soon as I got in, it immediately wicked higher, and I didn't like that. And I thought, well, maybe I'm just going to have a loss and have to move on. But it did push back down, and we kind of, again, it was very sluggish. And I was like, this has got the makings of this level holding around the 2550s, and it really did. So anyway, no, I misspoke. This is a Russell trade, not gold. But anyway, that's that one. I must have grabbed the wrong trade there. And then the other one, why did I? Okay, yeah. Typically I take the top trade. That's why I was confused. So sorry. That was the Russell trade. That was the second one. This was the first trade of today. This was the gold trade. Yeah, there we go. That looks a lot better. So again, gold trade. It was a clean hold there, one wick hold. So that was what was not quite making it an A+ setup, is we didn't have the EMA cross and we didn't have multiple wicks holding. I need one of those two things to make it an A+ setup. And I didn't have that, but there was a lot of selling, like a lot of volume. You can see the volume increasing here on the volume profile. So we had a lot of selling pressure down. However, if you look at the cumulative delta, the delta was holding, and we were starting to get some pushing higher pressure on the cumulative delta. And cumulative delta was actually higher if you look at this range than what we were previously. So we were seeing a push higher there. even though we had an increase in volume to the downside. So created a little bit of a divergence. I was aware of it going in, but I thought, well, if I can get an immediate push, we'll take it. Well, I ended up, getting out of there with just a small scalp win, but hey, I'll take it. It's a win, and it's, again, I read the price action correctly and helped me to get out of that trade for a win. So that's the good thing. So let's go back to TradeZilla here. I want to look at the weekly stats. For this week. I'm curious where we're at. 3,600, 62%. So we did increase the win rate a little bit. And the monthly number, having a pretty good month again. $6,500 profit, 61% win rate, pretty much the same as we are for this week. So again, I'm just really being diligent, trying to stick to my game plan, training my setup, and it's working. So we're happy about that. We obviously had that bigger red day on Wednesday, $3,700 red day, and then yesterday we bounced back, basically made all that up, and then today we just added a little bit more to our profit for the week, ended up about $3,600 and basically up about $250 per account. So hey, I'm happy with it. We'll take it. I'm not going to worry too much about it. If I wouldn't have had that day, that's what the human mind does. It says, well, if I wouldn't have had that day, we'd be up like $7,000. But anyway, red days are going to happen. We take care of it and we just move on with life. So there we go. All right, last but not least, just again, reminder about the sales going on with the various prop firms that I'm affiliated with, so don't forget about that. And again, thank you for using code BCT where applicable. I appreciate that very much. Thanks for supporting me, supporting the channel. It helps me out a little bit, and I certainly do want to say thank you for that. And I just appreciate you guys hanging out. We are getting close to 500 subs, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but I'm going to do some kind of a giveaway for 500. I know that's not that much, but it's a milestone for this little channel. So any thoughts, let me know, but I'm planning on doing some kind of a giveaway for 500, so stay tuned for that. But anyway, have a great weekend. Hope you guys had a great week. Until next time, take care, and so long.